Evolution of Despicable Me villains from 2010 to 2026.
Your like and subscribe means a lot to me.
Vector from 2010, Despicable Me. The first movie introduced us to Vector Perkins, Gru's smug, overconfident rival. Vector isn't evil in the traditional sense. He's more like a spoiled genius who wants attention. He steals Gru's prize shrink ray, mocks his old school villain style, and literally steals the moon just to one-up him. Armed with ridiculous gadgets, squid launchers, piranha guns, and shark tanks, Vector represents the franchise's early tone. Flashy, clumsy, but brilliant in his own chaotic way. Underneath, the orange tracksuit beats a character shaped by insecurity. He's the son of the Bank of Evil's manager, trying desperately to prove he can match the world's biggest supervillain. Vector's downfall comes from his arrogance. When he kidnaps Margot, Edith, and Agnes, he underestimates Gru's growing heart. By the finale, he's marooned on the moon, helplessly bouncing around in zero gravity, a perfect punchline to the franchise's first major villain arc.
Oh, poop.
El Macho from 2013, Despicable Me 2. 3 years later, the sequel raised the stakes with Eduardo Perez, better known as El Macho, a villain who literally faked his death by riding a shark into a volcano. Now that's commitment. Living undercover as a friendly restaurant owner, Eduardo hides a secret lab beneath his salsa bar where he engineers the PX-41 serum, a purple chemical that mutates minions into violent monsters. El Macho is the opposite of Vector. Brawny, fearless, and larger than life. He's everything Gru once wanted to be. Confident, respected, and terrifying. Yet his downfall mirrors Gru's old weaknesses. El Macho's obsession with power blinds him to his own limits. When he injects himself with the serum, transforming into a giant purple beast, he loses control completely. Gru and Lucy defeat him with a blast of jelly guns, ending his reign in a spectacular slapstick explosion of glitter and goo. El Macho's role was important for the franchise's evolution. He introduced biological transformation and showed the villainy could be both epic and absurd. He also redefined what it meant to go big or go home, quite literally into a volcano. Scarlet Overkill from 2015, Minions. In 2015, the prequel Minions took us back in time to 1968 and introduced the franchise's first female supervillain, Scarlet Overkill. Scarlet is everything a villain should be: confident, commanding, and dressed like she owns the world. She hosts villain conventions, gives dramatic speeches, and treats evil like a red carpet performance. For the Minions, meeting her is destiny. After losing every master from T-Rex to Dracula, they finally find a queen to serve. Scarlet's dream is outrageous. She wants to steal the British crown and rule England. Her weapons come from her inventor husband, Herb Overkill. Gadgets fueled by both science and style. But Scarlet's biggest flaw is her temper. When the Minions accidentally outshine her by becoming national heroes, she turns on them instantly. Her fiery personality drives the story's final battle inside London's palace, filled with rockets, explosions, and screaming minions in royal robes. Scarlet's legacy reshaped the series. She proved the villainy could be glamorous, a mix of high fashion and high explosives. Her fall wasn't because she lacked brains, it was because she couldn't handle being upstaged by 3 yellow beans in overalls. Balthazar Bratt from 2017, Despicable Me 3. By 2017, Despicable Me 3 delivered one of animation's most eccentric villains ever, Balthazar Bratt, the bad boy of the 80s.
Bratt was the biggest child actor of the 1980s.
Once a beloved TV child star, Bratt snapped when Hollywood canceled his show. Now a grown man, stuck in perpetual adolescence, he lives his entire life like it's 1987. Shoulder pads, mullets, purple jumpsuits, and keytar laser in hand, Bratt uses nostalgia as a weapon. He plans to steal the world's largest diamond and destroy Hollywood in revenge for abandoning him. Every fight scene is a neon spectacle. Bratt moonwalks while firing bubblegum bombs, then cackles as he rewinds VHS tapes of his old episodes. He represents a new kind of villain, obsession frozen in time. Unlike Vector's jealousy or El Macho's strength, Bratt's power comes from denial. He can't let go of the past, so he tries to recreate it through destruction. His battles with Gru mirror Gru's own struggles to move forward, to grow from villain to father. When Bratt loses, he's still dancing as he's dragged away, trapped in his own music video. It's a comic tragedy at its best, the kind that only Despicable Me could pull off. The Vicious Six and Wild Knuckles from 2022, Minions, The Rise of Gru. The 2022 prequel Minions, The Rise of Gru gave us not one, but 6 villains at once. The legendary Vicious Six. This colorful crew includes Bell Bottom, Svengeance, Nunchuck, Stronghold, Jean-Claude, and their founder, Wild Knuckles. Each one embodies a different flavor of evil, from martial arts mastery to disco-fueled chaos. They're 1970s superstars of villainy, combining fashion, funk, and full-blown destruction. Young Gru idolizes them, dreaming of joining their ranks. But when he steals their prized Zodiac Stone, they betray Wild Knuckles and turn against Gru, sparking a fast, hilarious mentorship between the old and the young. The Vicious Six brings spectacle, flying motorcycles, kung fu battles, and outrageous one-liners. Bell Bottom's swagger and Wild Knuckles' gruff charm embody the franchise's balance of humor and heart. Among them, Wild Knuckles stands out. He begins as Gru's hero, but becomes his teacher, a hardened villain who realizes legacy matters more than loot. Through him, we see the evolution of villainy from greed to guidance. He's the first villain who truly changes, teaching Gru to be smart, loyal, and maybe a little bit kind. By the end, Wild Knuckles fakes his death, but lives on as the mentor who shaped the next generation of despicable minds. Maxime Le Mal from 2024, Despicable Me 4. The latest chapter, Despicable Me 4 2024, reintroduces us to villainy on a personal level through Maxime Le Mal, Gru's longtime nemesis from his old school days. Where previous villains were motivated by glory or greed, Maxime's driving force is revenge. After years in prison, he escapes with a diabolical experiment that merges human DNA with cockroach biology, making him nearly indestructible. Maxime's design and attitude combine every past villain trait: Vector's intellect, El Macho's boldness, Scarlet's flair, Bratt's theatricality, and Knuckles' experience. He's slick, sinister, and impossible to squash. Literally. His plan targets Gru's family, proving that after all these years, evil has gotten personal. What makes Maxime different is his self-awareness. He mocks Gru's hero phase, claiming that true villains never change their stripes. Their rivalry becomes psychological, a clash between Gru's reformed identity and the ghost of who he used to be. In the final act, the minions mutate into mega minions to help defeat him, symbolizing that Gru's old chaos can still be used for good. Maxime Le Mal is the perfect culmination of villain evolution. He doesn't just fight Gru, he reflects him. He's a living reminder that redemption always has a rival. The future of villainy from 2026 to Minions 3 to upcoming. Coming in 2026, Minions 3 promises the next era of despicable evil, while Illumination keeps details secret. So which villain is your favorite? Vector's gadgets, El Macho's muscles, Scarlet's style, Bratt's beats, or Maxime's madness? Comment below